There are about 14 million Jews today, and 80% of them live in Israel and the United States. Of the last 20%, 1.5 million live in Europe, 400,000 in Latin America, 400,000 live in Canada. There are less than 75,000 Jews in Africa and 40,000 in Asia.
Star of David. Yarmulke.
The rituals are circumcision, adulthood, bar mitzvah, menstrual purification, mikvah, marriage, death and mourning, dietary laws also known as kosher, daily prayer in the morning, afternoon, and evening, and wearing a yarmulke.
Bar mitzvah is the coming of age of a Jewish child when they take on religious responsibilities of an adult. Mikvah is menstrual purification. Shoah is mass destruction in reference to the Holocaust. Hashanah is the beginning of the new year, and it's the celebration that is held every fall. Torah are the first 5 books of the Bible, known as instruction. Yom Kippur is the Hebrew Day of Atonement. It's the most holy day.
A branch of modern-day Judaism is known as Orthodox Judaism, which holds the belief that God gave the Torah to Moses at Mount Sinai in 2 parts, the written Torah and the spoken Torah.
Another branch is secular Judaism. It expresses their identity through study and quest for spirituality.
Some Jews center their identity on Zionism, the desire to rebuild a Jewish national presence in the Promised Land.
Conservative Judaism holds that Jewish law should be continually examined to meet the needs of every new generation. Jewish law should be modified by rabbis and sages, not by individual Jews.
Reconstructionist Judaism. It's the newest in the U.S. but the smallest. The leader, Mordecai Kaplan, viewed history as the unfolding of God in the world. God is the sum of all things that are, were, and yet are yet to be.
Hasidic Judaism is a vocal subgroup, and it began in an honest effort to restore the joy of Judaism to the average Jew.
Reform Judaism is the largest Jewish religious group in the United States, and they believe that the Torah was written and edited by human beings. Still, one must wear a kippah and pray 3 times a day. The Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
God is one part.
The Bible.
The Torah, Tanakh, which are Hebrew scriptures, and Talmud.
Jesus is the Messiah and the Son of God.
Jesus is not the Son of God.
Roman Catholicism and Greek Orthodox Catholicism.
Conservative, Orthodox, Reformationist, Zionism, Kabbalah, Hasidism.
Christmas, Easter, Lent, St. Patrick's Day, All Saints' Day.
Sabbath, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Passover, Shabbat, Sukkot, Purim.
Purgatory, eternal heaven or hell.
Temporary punishment versus eternal. Resurrection and reincarnation versus eternal death.
The similarities between Catholicism and Judaism is they both have the Torah and the Christian Old Testament, and they both have the story of creation. What is the concept of reward and punishment?
There's a statement that says, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. For Jews, I'll give you the traditional answer. The traditional answer says that God is paying attention to our behavior. God is keeping track. God rewards and punishes, but not in this life. Which is to say, you cannot expect that if you do bad, you're going to get punished. And therefore, if you don't get punished, you've gotten away with it. God's keeping track. And it gets worked out. That, I would say, is the basic traditional view. How it gets worked out, when it gets worked out, whatever, that, a lot of different ideas about that. Do Jews believe in heaven and hell? We invented heaven. But yes, but we don't typically focus on it too much, other than to say there are various possibilities. Either God punishes and rewards, or God doesn't punish and reward. If God doesn't punish and reward, that causes all kinds of problems religiously. If God does punish and reward, that causes all kinds of problems religiously. Because you say, well, just because this person is a millionaire doesn't mean that he's a good person. Just because this person got cancer doesn't mean she's a bad person. So the challenge I think the bottom line in Judaism is, and there are plenty of people who say that God does reward and punish. I think the basic principle is God's paying attention. And God rewards and punishes in God's own way. However that may be. We may not understand it. What we think of as a reward may not really be a reward. And what we think of as a punishment may not really be a punishment. And maybe the reward and punishment doesn't happen in this life. But it does matter. It does matter. God is paying attention. It does matter. Everything that we do in our lives matters. God is paying attention. And God will respond to our failures and our successes, however. But we shouldn't expect that in this life, and we should assume that the way in which our lives are going is a reflection of God punishing or rewarding us. Other than whenever things are not going so well, we look at it as an opportunity to reflect on our behavior and try to improve our behavior. All right, let's go ahead.
All right. What is mazal?
Mazal?
Mm-hmm.
Easiest translation is luck. But a mazal is actually a planet in Hebrew. And to say mazel tov is to say, like in astrology, may your good planets. But it really means good luck. And often it means congratulations. Mazal tov is Hebrew. Mazel tov is a Yiddish version of it. So mazal tov literally is good planets, but really good luck. Mazel tov is a way of often saying congratulations. Somebody will say, my daughter just had a baby. Mazel tov. Congratulations. It doesn't usually mean good luck. So that's 4 answers to your question. Go ahead.
What is the concept of Ayin Hara?
Ayin hara, good for you. The evil eye. That's a Kabbalistic notion. There is sort of a mystical notion of sort of evil and the way in which it appears in our world. But the Ayin Hara is literally the evil eye. And in Yiddish, people would say Kain Hara, which is Kain Ayin Hara, Kain Hara, which is to give a kind of horror is like to give to give the evil eye, like somehow you're going to jinx something. Like if you're going to say something or do something that's going to turn out and create some bad consequence. It's an ayin hara, giving an evil eye. It's not. It's both folk Judaism and mystical Judaism, not so much mainstream practice. It's interesting though that you came up with that. All right, what else do you have?
Finally, what do we know about the Mosaic and the final redemption? Did I misspell that?
Moshiach?
Yes.
Moshiach is Messiah. Singular, Moshiach. And final redemption. Well, again, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. There are lots of basic answers to that question. The idea is, and this is something invented, it would seem, by Jews, maybe with the Persians about 2,600 years ago, which was the idea. It's hard for us to imagine this, but it used to be that when people thought about time, everything was in cycles. Right? You got a month, you've got a year, you've got seasons that cycle through. Everything goes around, comes around. Everything is cycling. That's called cyclic time. Linear time, where there's a beginning and an end to time, or historical time, is a concept that really was developed around 2,600 years ago, in part by Jews. And the idea is that God created the world, started time, and there will be an end to time. What is the end to time? That will be in which history sort of is all finally comes to its conclusion. The time of the Messiah, Mashiach. We don't have much about Mashiach in the Bible, almost nothing. And there are a lot of people called Mashiach. In addition to Jesus of Nazareth, there are at least 50 people who are identified as Messiah living around the same time. Messiah, by tradition, is there are different kinds of Messiahs. There's the Messiah, the son of David. There's the Messiah, the son of Joseph. You've got the Messiah that is going to sort of preside over the final battle, the Armageddon, of the whole world, this great battle that will usher in a period of 1,000 years of peace, the Messianic era, presided over by a different Messiah. The Mashiach essentially is the one, at least I think in Jewish thought, which is the one who is going to usher in a period of time that will get us past the challenges of living as human beings on this planet. The kind of conflicts that we have, the kinds of terrible things that go on, the kinds of diseases and the kinds of just bad behaviors.
Thank you.
Awesome.